Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. This is going to be the EZA Android 21 Rainbow, God equipped level 10 Link showcase here. Android 21 has a very particular circumstance here with her actual EZA. I believe that this is a rights thing. The creating of the relationship between Bandai and Arxis, I do think led us to this moment. So this is only going to take, I think, one singular run. I think most players probably will end up preferring, and they will wish that more EZAs would be like this. So just in the news, it just says Easy Extreme Z battle is on. More characters can be EZA'd. It's just very simple. All we have to do here is basically use a pure Saiyan team with all 5 typings. We need to win in 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I mean, even if he misses his EX, it's going to be a near one, like a one-shot on Kimbu, right? Like, it's going to take 2 seconds. And then there's also these missions here. This is for EZing 2 characters, leveling up super attack, getting these done. I mean, we have quite a few missions we can grab here. So we're going to do this just right here at the start of Android 21's showcase. And then we will be good to go. So Stage 31 is the stage it wants us to do, by the way. That's why they add the little, marker where we could teleport to Stage 31. So let's just quickly do this, and then we'll hop into her Rainbow showcase, right? And take a look at how good my baby is. Alright, so I think we'll just go just like this. The friend Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I guess this is an instance where I will use a friend unit, because he's probably a little bit stronger offensively. Mine is a very defensive build. Although, I don't, it's even the defensive build would one-shot here. Okay, excellent. Yeah, perfect. So this is exactly what we're looking for. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta makes it to where we should be able to just get on out of here. We actually were 1 key shy. Okay. But then, that's why we bring him. Alright. No EX, I don't think that matters. I think it'll still probably kill him. I mean, if we crit, he's dead. Yep. And we EZA'd her. She's EZA'd, guys. We did it. Yeah, so we get 8 missions done, and again, that should be everything. We should have Android 21 completely EZA'd. So these medals permanently will stay here. In this kind of Kid-Buu EZA. So these are here forever. These are all the medals to EZA AGL Android 21 and Physical Android 21. Both of those characters are now completed. Okay, perfect. Obviously, I'm done with this EZA. We're already, stage 999. So let's get on out of here. And then, remember, there's also these missions here as well. Right, so we, are still getting the stones. Again, this has nothing to do with any, oh, we're going to run a fast one on free-to-play players. Nothing like that. It's definitely a rights issue is what's going on here. Okay, so let's just go here, and then we grab this, and wha-bam. We got our 30 stones. So, all right, 2 seconds, chat. Let me EZA her, and then we'll, go over a build, and we'll jump in. All right, guys, so just quickly here. We have just a couple more missions. EZA the character 1-2 times, and then level up SA, which obviously we have done. So we can just go ahead and grab these missions right there. The only resource they're short on compared to normal, I mean, it's a consideration for sure, is orbs, right? It gave us the Kais for the main EZA like usual. We got Zenny statues, we got the stones, the orbs is what they didn't hold us down with. But I mean, I don't know. Honestly, the much quicker run through of this is certainly pretty damn nice. So Android 21, this is another one of these characters where pre-release people are having meltdowns. Android 21 seemed to be a pretty popular character for Twitter, where their expectations for her were going to be probably unattainable, but I mean, let's see if she doesn't even feel that good anyway going into it. Certainly one thing that's going to be a huge, problem for, yeah. Her only real 220 is Arinsu. I mean, Pansy too, but, it's kind of the same thing. But, it's just Arinsu. That's it. That's where we're running Android 21. So, I mean, we'll see how this is going to feel. I think after Mamba and STR Android 18 came out, this setup did feel much better. So, I mean, I do think we will collect a lot of W's here. We'll see how Android 21 herself is going to do. Let's just jump in. Now, obviously, dodge build. I mean, I will do this, and I will have no regrets, right? Like, boom. We're going to get W's with this. So, let's jump in. Let's see how good Android 21 after her EZA 8 is. Alright guys, we are loading in. Starting out in God Goku is a tricky fight. Now, I mean, looking through Android 21, I think one of the biggest things I could take away is that I don't think she's really going to be, like, very much in her base form. I think the biggest thing is we do just want to make sure she lands on turn 5 specifically, because that's when we could transform with her into her her very sexy form right there, Majin Android 21, right? So we started out with her on turn 1. That means I'm going to leave her on rotation. But, like, if she was on turn 2, like, you know, I would float her. If we look through, I think one area where I do wish they gave her a little bit more is looking at her base form. I don't know why we couldn't have had, like, maybe, like, 3... Like, this couldn't have been all allies 2-key, 30% attack and defense for 3 turns or 2 turns or something. That's what I would say about that. She's going to have a bunch of additionals. The additionals will be big because of her super attack effect, where she's going to be getting 30% attack for 21 turns, which really could lead to her active skill being a banger. So... Let's just get going. Let's see how things are going to go here. We got her on rotation with Pansy, which means we got some nice support as well. Remember, Android 21 does also have damage reduction, or at least a little bit of extra damage reduction. Yeah, well, yeah, so after she does 3 attacks, which we'll do immediately, she's going to get that. When we do 6 attacks, we get that. And then, you know, this. Arinsu is going to trigger that. I think if we're running Android 21 on an Android team, I mean, the demonic power, that's going to be an issue. That's going to be a real problem, right? Like, that's only going to come from, I guess, physical Majin Android 21. I will be, I guess, what I would say with it. Oh, we get it? Okay, hit him with system additional normal there. All right, so she starts out with, 13 million. Very, very bad, but she gets 2-key and 210% attack for 4 turns after she gets hit or dodges. The problem is her initial turn is going to look like shit because you're not running her in slot 1. So it's like, there's the attack break. Now she got her big attack buff right there, right? Her 2-key, 210% attack. We just triggered that right there. But, I mean, there's not much we're going to do about that. We could YOLO her in slot 1, but it's not what we want to do, right? There's a good chance, by the way, 21, with this attack break right here, she might have attack braked God Goku's, one of his super attacks. Absolutely, for sure she might have. We have attack breaks all over now, which is fun. Okay, all right, we'll come back next turn. Wasn't the craziest for 21, but, I mean, keep in mind, she's not the only character that does that. Think of Deborah, right? Deborah would open up turn 1, and his attack stats are likely very low unless you're going to take risk putting him in slot 1. So I don't like, you know, a character opening up like that does not mean they're bad. Okay. This team does move very fast. So we're here on turn 3 against God Goku, Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, bro, this could go bad straight up. Like, we could get blasted. I mean, she is... So there's one attack that's going to target her. We're going to trigger this right here. We are going to get this ability, which no matter what, is going to come on her second turn. So they have it set up to where if we get Android 21 on turn 5, right? That's when she's going to be doing her transformation, go into Majin 21. Her first turn, no matter what, she'll get this. Unless you kill the enemy... Like, you know, Android 21 does, like, 2 attacks and then the enemy's dead. And then the next turn you do attack 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you could have all this up on one turn, but that's very, very specific, right? So, Last turn we had this. This turn we'll have this. Now this is good, right? Because now on this turn, this Goku would definitely kill her. But, I mean, she's going to be a 91% dodge plus my dodge build. And one of the attacks is going to be attack broken. So we're going to be chilling here. Okay, so let's get going. You know, as Arinsu, the other Arinsu on turn 2, as you guys can see, she hit her procs. So we are just fucking zooming out of here. Okay, so one thing I think maybe people just won't like is Android 21's role, I mean, is just to help her. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Arinsu, thank you. That's, you know, 92% dodge or something like that. All right, that's kind of a bummer because we were, like, looking good there. Okay. Thank you, Arinsu. Remember, Arinsu has 90% dodge there plus dodge build, so is what it is. All right, so we're back at Super Saiyan Goku. Man, what a buzzkill, Arinsu. Come on. You know, Arinsu has had almost, like, no deaths for us up to this point, too. Very uncommon. Okay, this is good, though. So take a look at this. Using Arinsu a lot, certainly I would say the way you want to use her is you want Arinsu at 24 or 12 key. You want to get Arinsu to 12 key. Well, right here we're not able to. Previously, we weren't really having many issues. That was, you know, help from Android 21, right, who was giving that 2 key. Again, like, just looking at what she looks like, I do wish that this had some stats as well. But the key can be pretty useful, right? So, all right, on this rotation, Android 21 did just show up for us on turn 2. So, one area where that could hurt us is we are potentially not going to have as many supers by her leading into when we would want to drop her active skill. I think our active skill is when we're going to see Android 21 do good damage. But, I mean, keep in mind, the earliest possible turn that you can use Android 21's active skill, it's actually turn 7 is the earliest possible. That is really tough, especially with Arinsu, right? Who does, like, I mean, I guess, you know, we could have a turn like this where we get no key, and then she does 50 additional normals, sure. I mean, well, when you're me, this is normal turns right there. Well, wait, actually... Okay, I mean, there's nothing I... Oh, wow, okay. We're just... okay. It's just one of those videos instantly. You know, it's just bad luck just creeps up on you. It's what happens. I mean, we load it, you know, it's... like, there was just no key for it. Like, there's nothing I could have done about that. Like, that was just, like, horrible luck. Wow, okay. I don't know what's going on, but sure. I guess we could just come back right here. So, 21 was in slot 7 this time around. Yeah, so, okay, our first death, we failed 90% dodge. Happens, I guess. Not common, but it does. The second death was because Arinsu wasn't able to get the 12 key. And Arinsu with 12 key is nigh immortal after attacking, right? So we saw her get blown up right there. That's where 21 would have helped significantly with the key support, right? 21 is designed to help Arinsu for sure. All right, I really will... let's just hope Arinsu does not kill. Otherwise, we're going to be, like, ready to transform into 21, and we've done 0 attacks. But that's kind of just, like, the setup that they've created. That's why, like, if I would say that there's negatives for Android 21, it's that she, like, isn't doing very much right now, right? Like, she should be supporting. Like, I don't understand, like, you know, Physical God Goku, just as an example, is a character who would just sit out there and he's at least giving us a shit ton of support. So yeah, we're going to just transform into 21. We didn't even get a chance to attack beforehand. But, like, it's just how it goes. Like, you're not running 21 in slot 1. It's not happening. So, okay, there we go, sure. What a strange video. I mean, hey, the game is all RNG, and I am not very lucky, so... Alright, hopefully we could just load into better orbs, which we do this time. Yeah, holy hell. Okay. Alright, so we should be chilling right here. I'll come back. We'll come back next turn. We'll get to see Android 21 transformed and all the good stuff. All right, guys. So here we are on turn 5. Now, again, unfortunately, you know, we are reaching this point without her having super attack previously, but again, that's just kind of the setup. Now, this attack stacking she does for 21 turns, I mean, that, you know, carries over into once we transform with her. So, I mean, let's just go ahead and transform with Android 21. Next turn, we'll have access to her active skill attack on turn 7. So, let's go ahead and transform with 21 for now. Alright, so transformed, I do think 21 is going to be significantly better. We now have big bad bosses as well, which is going to give us a lot, so this should look pretty good. Now, quickly, I believe this support right here, Demonic Power, Battle Wits, or Crossover, the way this support is working, I think it is a stacking support. So, for herself and Physical 21, I think she's actually giving 63% support. For a Rinsu, I think she's giving 42% support. I believe so. So, I mean, she is just a lot stronger once we transform, right? And she still maintains, by the way, the 21, like the 30% attack for 21 turns. We're still hanging on to that. Alright, so again, this is a really good setup for her. Let's just see how our darling is going to do right here. Let's see how much she is going to cook up. Remember, she's getting a lot of stats when she attacks, when she's targeted, right? I mean, she's set up, again, to use with a Rinsu. That's the point, is using her with a Rinsu here. Alright, so Rinsu going crazy. Yeah, this is nuts, man. A Rinsu death in this video? Like, we used her in so many videos, and she died, like, one time previously. Crazy. It's nuts. We hit every super for her, too, here, too, huh? Wow. Good turn. Okay. Alright, that, if she had failed the dodge right there, like, she would have taken double digits, right? That was where she's essentially immortal. 50 million. Okay, I'll still take that. Obviously, it could be higher because we had 0 super attacks with her in base. Alright, so there's that. We get a crit, too, which is good. Remember, both Android 21s got the super attack skip. Nice, nice. She gave us super attack with everyone. That's beautiful. You got a super for us? That would have been so sick if he would have supered. Okay. Keep in mind that Android 21 does have a 70% chance to crit, by the way. And then when she does her active, she gets super effective against all types, right? So that's just in case she fails her crit, she would still be super effective against all types. But see, look at this. We are barely even gonna have a chance to see 21's active here. All right, we should be chilling though. This fight should mostly be over, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's just do this. We'll play this turn out, and then let's see what happens on this next turn. We'll be able to get Android 21's active skill, but again, keep in mind, unfortunately, you know, we had 0 super attacks done with her on turn 5, so. I think Android 21, she's like a solid character, but her impact on winning, I think a lot of times is going to be very low in this setup. Like, she's not... Oh, fuck, dude. Thank God Android 21 was around. Like, I think the biggest impact we're going to see run to run from Android 21 is her key support for Rinsu. That's like, her biggest impact. I mean, we'll hop into, like, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and shit and see what that looks like. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do like doing that difficult Cell Max fight, but that's a quick fight right at the start. We're not even going to transform with 21. I do think she's going to be pretty effective defensively, though, in slot 2 and slot 3. Okay. All right, well, maybe 21 will just kill with her active. The damage could be really nuts with her. Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to kill. But 21's damage could be absolutely fucking nutty with her active. Calm down! Okay, we're good. The active skill could be just nuts with her. You know, as we would do all these, you know, 21 turns for 30% attack type shit, right? Alright, so, I mean, you know, not the end of the world. We failed a 90% dodge. Boo-hoo. You know, dick on God Goku's forehead right here. Alright, so we're going to be able to pop her active. This is good. This is good, by the way, because, remember, technically we can lose here. Android 21's active skill gives us a 100% chance to win, because we're going to kill him before the turn starts. We literally just had a death with a failed 90% dodge, right? So, here is where, you know, did Android 21 contribute to winning in this run? Yes, and it would be this turn right meow is where she gave us a lot of big-time help, because there's no chance to fail a 90% dodge. She's going to kill right here. So she mastered attack temporarily, ultimate damage, an attack break as well, which it will be useful, and then super effective against all types, but that's if she's going to miss her 70% chance to crit they gave her. Obviously, she did not have crit built in. This right here, this super effective against all types, it does look very silly right here, because it's just kind of like, it's for the most part pointless. I mean, we will fail the 70% crits here and there, but for the most part, this is just a relic of her pre-EZA, since post-EZA, they were like, fuck yeah, we're giving her 70% crit, which, you know, thank goodness they did. So, alright, let's let our darling angel go ahead and finish this fight off, and we're out of here.
全力をお見せします。これでおしまいです。
Okay, now keep in mind, we could get the damage on that way higher. Did God Goku still have his extra damage reduction? Or Super Saiyan Goku right there? He might have had his extra damage reduction up still, so we do want to keep that in mind. I think he might have actually had that extra damage reduction up still. But, you know, as we're doing a lot more Super Saiyan base and stuff, we could be, you know, upping her damage a lot. She's okay. I don't know. I feel like I would probably put her... She feels like physical God Goku to me. Is what, like, right? Like, am I crazy? I would say she feels like physical God Goku. Makes sense why people don't like 21 then, because for the most part, I've seen people don't like physical God Goku, right? I think she's right here. Like, right around here. I think it's... The difference, though, is that God Goku, I mean, his support is much more, I would say, effective early on. Dragon Fist is good, but, you know, his standby does take a long time to transform as well. But I'm feeling like Android 21 is in this range right here, below Int UI. I would not put Android 21 above Int UI Goku. That's kind of like the gatekeeper. These are, I think, much better characters who are capable of going in slot 1. Every character to the left of this guy is a slot 1 character, right? So, like, that's kind of like, damn, wow. This is one run where I feel like it's like download complete. I have the full scope of what Android 21 does after one run. I mean, we're going to do a couple more, but, like, I completely have full understanding of the character just after using her one time. Here's what they needed to do better. I really only have one issue. Like, the design for the character is tight, right? Like, it's not stupid or they made mistakes or she feels like shit. Nothing like that, right? I just wish that this was a little strong. This is good to help Arinsu. I just wish she was giving support. And to me, that's the difference between her and God Goku. I mean, I feel like Transform 21 might be a lot stronger than God Goku. Might be. Sorry, I'm talking while, yeah, here. This is just the thing. God Goku with his support right here, I just wish 21 was dropping something like that, man. Something like this would be really nice. Really, really nice, besides just the key. Alright, let's hop into another fight, though. Let's keep going. Alright, gamers, we're here against Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This time, we have our beloved turn 1. this will be good. Yeah, so it's like, man, I don't know, like with Android 21, I mean, she's certainly an upgrade, right? Over, like, okay, there's an Android mission against Cell Max. Maybe we'll make that we'll do a final fight against Cell Max. Remember, in terms of, like, switching up teams and stuff, I don't really want, I mean, we could run either Arinsu or Pansy's team. So it's pretty much just this setup for Android 21. But keep in mind, Android 21 is an Android character, and she does have big bad bosses once we transform into her Majin form, right? That is very relevant because there is an... everyone talks about Namek Goku being kind of unfairly treated, you know, a character who is like a Dokkan Fest LR level, like, hype character, however you want to say it, right? And it's now been, you know, 5 years since his last major character. There is another character... Damn, dude. Okay, well, you know, 21, please, you know, hit our supers. Okay, anyway. So that was what we failed a 70%, we hit a 70%, and then we failed the hidden potential system additional super. All right, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but, you know, as we get her stacking a lot more, I mean, she's going to put up a lot more damage, obviously. Oh, hey, there's physical Android 21. Cell is going to be a big bad bosses character like that, right? So 21 and Cell, now Cell has a big bad bosses running partner with on the Android category team. I think that'll be big. And then of course, you know, Android 21 is on Demonic Power, Majin Power, these types of teams. So she potentially could work well with Kid Buu. I fully am anticipating that we are going to be going, you know, Namek Goku versus Frieza, Gohan versus Cell, Goku Vegeta versus Kid Buu. That's my expectation for GDC, right? Okay, well, we're going to have the two 21s next to each other when AGL 21 transforms, which is fine, right? Both of the 21s, I mean, well, basically this whole team is just, it's a Rinsu in slot 1 and a bunch of characters that are just trying to keep her upright, which I think for the most part, Arinsu does not die that often. I mean, I know we, you know, I'm saying this in a video with an Arinsu death, but I don't think we're going to see that happen very often, Arinsu get killed. Because I did not do, you know, 1 or 2 runs and then Arinsu was getting slapped around or anything, right? We've done many, many runs previously, right? Across a lot of videos. All right, so let's take a look at what Android 21 stats are going to look like on this next turn, right? Oh my God almighty, please. Okay, we're fine. I just gotta I gotta be mentally prepared that when we jump in here, it's just additional normal central on this team, right? Like, I just, you know, have to be mentally prepared so we're limited crying about it, right? All right, so let's take a look at 21 here. So keep in mind, she got her dodge in, so now she has her big buff up. So, you know, we could see her do, you know, much more impressive damage on this turn with this ability up right here. But again, turn 1, I mean, it is just like Deborah, where it's like we could kind of greed her in slot 1 if we really wanted with her dodge. We could YOLO it, but that just opens her up to being killed just to greed out a little bit of extra damage turn 1. It's very similar to Deborah. Deborah has kind of that same thing going on, right? Where Deborah really can only be killed turn 1. If you don't risk it on turn 1, Deborah doesn't really ever die, right? That's why, like, I mean, there's crazy people who say crazy shit about everything, right? But I saw someone was like, time to have talks about Deborah being overrated. I said, what? Okay, and I just fucking moved about my day. I said, what the fuck? And I just said, whoop. I'm thinking about Fallout New Vegas right now, man. I'm a million miles away. Deborah overrated. That's, I mean, you know, we see some stupid shit sometimes, but, I mean, Deborah overrated? Hell no. Hell no. All right, Arinsu, let's go. So remember, another good thing, too, is, you know, remember, Arinsu being at 12 key is very important, by the way, because that's what makes her immortal post-super, and we did see an example of that as well. That's where 21 helps. 26? Really? With her attack buff, she only gets up to 26? Damn. Okay. All right, yep. The super attack skip works. It looks really nice with her. Absolutely. So hey, every day to download, we do get a couple of more characters with super attack skips. Yeah, there's her attack break right there. Oh, did we? Yeah, no, yeah. There's our attack break. Sure. All right, well, I guess we'll come back next rotation. We'll just keep going, but it's, you know, we've seen what Android 21's impact is, right? Like, it's not really going to get too much different from this. I mean, even, like, as we're going through these runs, like, it's not like I'm going to want to put her in, like, you know, harm's way either, so. I'm probably going to go Pansy in slot 2 right here. I think it's very decent chance Super Saiyan 2 Goku will super in slot 2, but I don't think it's a decent chance that he's going to super in slot 2, and it's going to be like his 3rd or 4th attack. That seems pretty unlikely to me. So I think there's, like, if Goku doesn't open up with a super right away, Pansy could actually attack break it, I think is what we could see on this turn. Let's see if I'm correct on that. I guess Super Saiyan 3 Goku is where we could see 21 actually kind of like have some defensive, like, you know, abilities, right? Because we could see her. The only problem is our Rinsu will just blow the boss away too fast, man. Like, look at our Rinsu. Like, yeah, okay. Well, Super Saiyan 2 Goku is actually just gonna fucking die before he supers. There's his super. Yeah, this is double digits. A Rinsu doesn't take damage after attacking with 12 ki, right? So, and again, as we've gone over a million times, that's, you know, one of the huge benefits of 21, I would say. All right, fuck off, Goku. All right, I do. Okay, here's what I will say about 21 though. 21 is a character, like, she's kind of fine. Again, she's, oh, I guess not a top 10 TUR actually, huh? Because, like, let me see. So, oh yeah. So Android 21 is not top 10. That's for sure. No way. Because, I mean, 3, 6. Damn, the top 10 for me, I guess, would cut off at STR Whis. I don't have Int UI Goku in the top 10. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't feel right, but I mean, there's just a lot of good characters. Just a lot of good characters, right? Like, so yeah, Android 21, she's not top 10. She misses by several spots. The one thing I'm not super sure on is, I think I like God Goku better than her because of his stronger support, but I do feel like 21 right here, she's going to be quite safe, which is good, I think. Let's transform. Alright, we're trending towards, this is just going to be another run where she maybe kills the boss with her active skill. That's what it looks like we're probably going to have happen here. 21's active skill will just finish this fight for us. I think there's a very good chance of that. Alright, let's go. So let's see how the 21s look on this turn. Remember, I am still going to give a focus video for Physical Android 21. No worries about that, right? Physical Android 21, she looks solid to me as well. Okay, so let's see how this turn is going to proceed for us. Okay. $60. One thing that is fun is she is the type of character where she attacks, and her damage is going up, right? That's always fun. Now remember, turn 1 of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he's not challenging, really. Like, I'm not, like, this is not a turn where it's like, oh, like, let's put her in front of a big attack to see how she would tank. Turn 1 of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he's not that scary. So, like, there's not, like, it doesn't matter, right? To, like, put her in front of the enemy attack. Okay, so, all right, I guess we'll just come back next rotation. Well, I don't know, do we... Maybe I just won't cut right here. All right. Arinsu, my darling, let's go. Yeah, this is actually this is pretty good luck right here. So just like this, you know how unlucky we'd have to be for Pansy to get killed right here? How many? We'd have to miss so many procs for Pansy to get sniped right there. So many procs. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay. So remember, Arinsu can be killed before she attacks, not after. All right, nice, cool. All right, yeah, looks like this run is mopped up to me. I think we just cleared this very easily, right? Outside of just like some very strange horse shit at the start of the video. I mean, we're chilling. We are chilling here for sure. Oh, okay. So we got the hidden potential system at a show normal. That's good though, because that'll keep Super Saiyan 3 Goku upright a little bit more, so we can actually get a little bit more footage of Android 21. Her active skill is going to hit way fucking harder this go around, by the way, because we do have we double attack broke, yeah, bye bitch, because we got many more stacks leading up to it, right? Remember, at 21, she essentially does stack attack, right? Like, she does. The only fight where it's not a true stack is Festival of Battles. That's it. Every other fight, she essentially is stacking attacks. So you do want to keep that in mind, right? All right, let's go ahead and drop this. So remember, her super attacks transformed, but then also the super attack she did in base will give us a little bit of extra juice right here. This should hit hard. $70 right there. We could do better. I mean, if she had physical 21 next to her, obviously that's all 9s, I believe. Right, you know, once we'd have big bad bosses. Well, I guess we already do have Metamorphosis and, damn, what's it called? Brainiacs. Yeah, so her link set right here. Brainiacs, Metamorphosis, Android Assault, Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Battlefield Diva, Fierce Battle. The 3 big links that are going to give her attack. Well, I guess I'm Fierce Battle. Yeah, right. Most of the team doesn't have Fierce Battle either, now that I think about it. It's just the 21s, right? Because all the rest of them are kind of like the Peppy Gal slot characters. I do like, though, how... I mean, maybe it's because this meta is very weak or what, but, like, I mean, this is a team that was created in, you know, basically 1 week. Like, the entire team is just within the last week. So, I mean, that's good, right, that they are doing that. Okay, so here's what 21 looks like. Is there any other particulars of her transform kit that we should go over? She is healing. The thing about healing is this 40% heal when she first transforms, this 21% HP at the end of the turn. Most of the times, I don't think that these are going to account very much towards actually winning, because nowadays, characters have millions of defense, right? Mamba doesn't. But both 21 and Arinsu do. So you get same type orbs. You're healing more than these healing abilities in her passive. I do kind of like the idea of the HP heal at the end of the turn, though. So maybe we barely live and she gives us a little bit more juice, right? But, you know, even the heals, like, don't... Like, back in 2023, the heal was a little bit more of, like, a thing. Now, it's just... Especially on this team, too. Like, we're going to get the next rotation. Pansy has millions. 1 STR orb by Pansy, and we heal 80% HP, right? So, it's not like we're in desperate need of heals. I guess, you know, we probably could... I could put 21 in slot 1 here. So, wait, yeah, we could. Just to... make her have to deal with a little bit more pressure, right? Because remember, we have this 210% defense when attacking. She's going to get another 210% defense when receiving an attack as well, which will be good. We have this damage reduction right here. We have this damage reduction right here. The thing is, though, I mean, I'll just tell you what'll happen. I think she'll be fine if he supers, and she'll die if he crit supers. And that's that, right? Only defense she'd miss out by running in slot 1 is, well, this is a big deal, though, because she's going to do 3 of these guaranteed, right? So she gets 21% or 30% attack for 21 turns, 50% defense for 1 turn, and she recovers 7% HP. You want to know what's a really good line in a passive, though? Launches 2 additional super attacks is very sick. I'm just going to do this. I mean, this is the way you run her. I could just, you know, kind of like be a little bit of a silly Billy and put her in slot 1, but I mean, this will do fine. I think I would put her behind God Goku. Like, 1 spot behind physical God Goku is what I would do. I think. I feel like they're very similar units, right? Like, I'm saying like 1 spot behind God Goku, but if you have 21 1 spot in front of them, who cares? It's the same thing, right? I think that they're very similar units. 21 and God Goku. Oh, so the EZ, who's going to end up being the EZA King of 2023 from the TURs? Maybe it's going to be 23rd World Tournament Goku. He finally is going to be better than God Goku. After almost 4 years, he finally will be better than God Goku. Okay, so remember, we have 2 guaranteed additional supers right here, which is beautiful. Oh, he dodged. Yeah, he dodged. When you see it reset like that, it means he dodged. Yeah. Okay, we got the quad super. That's good. Super. Does he super right here? Or is it in slot 3? It's in slot 3. Okay. Well, I mean, Mamba's going to attack break it anyway. All right. I mean, man, damn, dude. I don't know. I feel like we could kind of just end the video there. Like, we've seen what she does. We do. Okay, in order to win, we're going to have to hit 1 more 90% dodge with a Rinsu, though. 1 more 90% dodge with a Rinsu. So, yeah, 21, I mean, she's fine, but as of right now, she's just an option for a Rinsu's team. I mean, a good one, right? Like, she's not like she sucks or anything. And then she is, you know, there's a very difficult Android category mission they just dropped. Certainly, she's going to be a huge factor in that, right? Because it's against that Cell Max fight where he's going to be supering and slaughtering Cell Max. So 21, I mean, in slot 2 and 3, she should be pretty safe, I'd imagine, post-attacking in most situations, right? So, all right, guys. Do we need to do another run? I almost feel like I'm good. Let's just do just a brief. Yeah, I mean, we've kind of seen what Android 21 does. I mean, I guess, you know what I could do? Maybe, you know, why don't we just finish up? So she does have this stacking for 21 turns. Maybe let me just, you know, like, let's see what type of damage she does on like turn 20 or something like that. How about that? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, guys, we are a little bit deeper into the event here. A little bit deeper. Oh, you know what we actually can do here, which I think I will. I could pop mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku's active right here. This will give us a little bit of support. So I'm in Festival of Battles. Just quickly, remember, there is 0 challenge in Festival of Battles up until we get to, like, Tech UI Goku is the first enemy who actually, like, has any juice, right? So, remember, I mean, you could, like, okay. The reason we're in Festival, by the way, is because in order to set up a turn, right, like, the whole point of what we're doing here is I want to take advantage of 21 getting 30% attack for 21 turns. We want to take advantage of that. So, like, right here, right, like, see, we have 26, we've been supering like crazy. So she has a lot of built-up attack from doing all these super attacks, right? In order for her to transform, there needs to be 1 enemy from 5th turn from the start of battle. So a lot of the spots I like to use, right, we're fighting, you know, there's 2 enemies and one of them is a mortal. But that doesn't work, unfortunately, with Android 21. So Festival's where we have to go. People don't want to have the discussion. I mean, they're wrong, but they'll just always dig in and remain wrong. Festival is a great event to exist in the game. Period. End of story. Disagree? Equals you're wrong. And then, so what we're going to do here is on this rotation, we'll just, like, let's just see what 21's damage looks like. And then I think maybe we'll drop the active skill on the next turn. Is probably how I'm going to go ahead and do this. I think is what we'll do. So, all right, so here's what 21's stats are looking like. I can just go ahead and drop Mini Daima Goku's active. Remember, this is going to give Demonic Power a little bit of support, a little bit of juice right here. So Demonic Power just gets a little bit of a buff right there. So now 21's stats are just a little bit higher. Oh, yeah, actually, and we'd be able to get Fierce Battle like that. Well, I mean, yeah, but that's okay, because I do want to run her just like in slot 1 and let her fully spread her wings. It's okay, it's okay. Next turn, we'll have our next to physical 21 for the active, and then we'll do probably turn 27, turn 29, and then probably turn 31 to end this, is probably what I'll do. None of these enemies can, like, 21 is fine, right? Like, these enemies don't start hitting hard till, like, way later. 62 million is all we're at. Now, this is with, like, no links up. So, remember, we're going to get her next... I have physical 21 floated to, you know, arrive on rotation with her. So, yeah, we'll look a lot better, I guess, on both turn 29 and 31. All right, well, in that case, I guess I'll just go ahead and cut right here. And we'll come back on those 2 turns, see what 21 looks like, and then we'll finish up. Alright guys, let's see what Android 21 is going to put up right here. And then next rotation, we will go ahead and drop our active skill. I guess let me just make sure, who would we be fighting in 2 rotations, though? That's a big thing, because I do want to make sure I could use 21's active in 2 turns. It's the gods. The gods is who we're fighting 2 rotations from now. It might end up being Kid Buu if we're not able to kill him next turn. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Let's see what 21 is doing here. So, remember, I mean, this is her doing a lot of super attacks. I mean, we have 29 super attacks over her, you know, kind of like appearance so far in the run. Okay, so 21, my darling, what do we get? And then next turn, we'll drop her active, and it should be all 9s easily, right? Especially when we have big bad bosses and all of our big links up. 91. Like, so, look at how much of a difference it is once she gets all those Android 21 links up, right? Oh, yeah. And then I love these are guaranteed right here. Okay, so there we go. So there's, like, kind of like what she can do. We'll probably do an interesting festival video with her. We'll see how that will go, right? Okay, so let's just go ahead and come back next rotation. We'll drop the active. All right, so let's drop this active here. Let's see what damage 21 is going to look like. We are going to have all 7 links up for this active skill. So if she crits, she should one-shot the gods right here. All right, we did fail the crit, unfortunately. Yeah, that's how life goes. That's what life is like in Dokkan Battle. You know, spend 30 minutes setting this turn up just to fail the crit. But I mean, hey, there's the backup of the super effective against all types, right? I mean, still all 9s without even critting. Definitely nice to see. And remember, that does give an attack break right there. So yeah, I mean, Android 21, she is good. Right, I think this is a character people were excited for, so they're going to overly doom post about her, right? Like, she's not, you know, matching what, like, I don't know, mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku is doing or something like that. So they're going to be like, oh, yep, she's terrible. You know, Geppy, you know, should be, like, sent to the bottom of the ocean. Like, it's like, we're all mad. Dokkan is the worst game of all time. I'm never looking at this again. But, I mean, they'll be back next week with Namek Goku, right? So, I think Android 21... good but not great. I don't like, she's not, I think, really gonna contribute to us losing almost ever, but I am not certain exactly how much she's contributing to winning, though. We really could use entering into GDC, them dropping 2 god level difficulty fights. One designed like Goku Black and Zamasu, where it's turn 1, AoE supers, locking, chaos. And then another one where they could aim for it maybe to be like a turn 11 finish or something like that. And, I mean, in that type of content, she could be good. Because remember, back in 2023, she wasn't very effective against Fusion Zamasu's AoE at the start. But, like, once you would transform her, she could be pretty good. Like, I liked her in the Omega fight 3 years ago. So, let me know what you guys think. EZA Android 21. All right, guys. So, there was EZA Android 21. Let's take a look here. All right, so this is Genius Scientist's Courage and Resolve, Android 21 Normal, right? Scientist Android 21. Teams right now is not a great spot for her, but this really could be an ingenious, like, spot for her to EZA. If we are going to get Cell and Kid Buu upcoming during GDC, which I think is a very... I do actually expect it to happen. So that would open up like Android and then Majin Power as potential spots for, or Demonic Power as potential spots for her to be relevant on these GDC teams. Now, keep in mind, Android 21 is a super class character, but after we transform with her, she does have big bad bosses, so she can synergize really well potentially with like a Cell or a Kid Buu. The only thing is, it takes her a little while to get into her transform state, right? So, her leader skill is Androids, Majin Power or Peppy Gals, category key 3, 170% of stats, and then an additional 1 key 30% of stats for characters who are on Power Absorption, Transformation Boost, or Crossover. Her passive skill, 21's Inner Conflicts. She gets 210% attack and defense, gives all allies 2 key, gets 2 additionals, each of which has a 70% chance to be a super. She has a 70% chance to crit, and she has 70% dodge. So really good right here, right? But to me, judging the entire character overall, this is where she falls a little short for me. I think, I mean, it would be a big upgrade to her, but her giving... I mean, even just removing this, so, you know, like, spoiler alert, we get to, you know, when she transforms, she has a Demonic Power, Battle Blitz, and Crossover support, right? I think that should be right here as well, right? Or like, multiple turn support, because her impact, like, she doesn't really do anything until she transforms. She's kind of just sitting there, again, doing almost nothing. I just wish that she was doing a little bit more support. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these characters who... You know, they're not exactly the slot 1 demons, you know, parrying and dealing with all the major boss supers and blah, 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 blah. But, like, a little bit more support is what Android 21 needed, I think. If there's another Demonic Power ally in the turn, she gets 21% damage reduction. So she's set up right now to be used with a Rinsu. Now, if we're doing, like, an Android mission, which there is a tough Android mission that dropped tonight, you know, that's going to be a little bit trickier to get because it's only going to be another Android 21, but... you know, running a Rinsu or Pansy or one of these setups, I mean, we are going to easily have this, you know, Demonic Power ally on the turn. 21 gets 210% attack and defense when attacking. After she gets hit or dodges, she gets 2 key and 210% attack for 4 turns. After she does 3 attacks in battle, she gets 1 attack break and then 21% damage reduction within the turn. And then after she does 6 attacks in battle, she does an attack break, and then she gets 21% dodge within the turn. So it's set up to where her first turn, you'll get her 3 attack buff, no matter what. The only way you wouldn't is if you would, like, she, you know, starts attacking and you kill the boss or something like that. But, you know, you'll get that 3 attacks in battle. This is like a turn 1 ability. And then the 6 attacks in battle, this is like a turn 3 ability. And then turn 5, you'd be transforming into Majin Android 21, right? So the setup is good. And, I mean, she should be very effective. Like, it should be difficult for her to die. I don't think we will see Android 21 die unless we're in the mood to do, like, YOLO slot 1 plays or something like that. Maybe, like, an AoE boss could tag her, but she still, you know, would have the dodge against, like, a 1 AoE super attack or something like that, so... then she has her active skill transformation. She could do this when facing 1 enemy starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle, right? Her super attack is Excellent Full Course. She gets 30% attack for 21 turns, 30% defense 1 turn, does immense damage, and then has a 50% chance to stun the enemy. So that 30% attack for 21 turns, I mean, her active skill should hit really fucking hard, right? So she is building up to something. Remember, outside of Festival, 21 is basically an attack stacking character, right? Because it's like you're the only place where you're going past 21 turns is Festival. That's it, right? And in there, I mean, towards the end, it'll still be very easy for her to maintain a lot, 50 supers or something like that with how much HP they have towards the end and all of our guaranteed additional supers, right? So yeah, there's that. Link set is Brainiacs, Metamorphosis, Android Assault, Shocking Speed, Battlefield Diva, Scientist, and Fierce Battle. Once she transforms, Scientist obviously becomes the best Link in the game, Big Bad Bosses. So here's our best linking partners. Physical 21, I think is very solid as well. I don't think that she's like some scrub character. Gamma 2 and Power Waking Piccolo are a relevant character. But for the most part, I mean, it's not looking too good. I would say in base, we're looking for characters that could give our Brainiacs 15% attack and defense, and Metamorphosis 5% HP, 10% attack and defense, right? Those could be pretty good. And then here, let's bump this up to 100%, obviously. Stats are looking good. And then she has a 150% 12 key multiplier, of course. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there's all that. Let's take a look at our darlings categories here. She doesn't have that many. So she is on the Android team, where I think that she could be fairly effective right here over on the Android category team. But, I mean, we're going to have to be a little bit careful. This is going to be a supremely difficult mission, man, against that Cell Max with androids. We'll see how that's going to go. Then, Android 21 is also on the Demonic Power... No, excuse me. Majin Power. This is the Majin Power category right here. All the Majin Boos, right? This very well, Kid Buu in Part 3 at GDC very well could have Majin Power as one of his leader skills, right? Then, 21 is also a Peppy Gal category character. Peppy Gals is not even a team right now. It doesn't have, like, really... it's not, I mean, I guess we do have 4, the new EZAs, but, I mean, they don't have, like... They would need a character who could really put the team on their shoulders, which the team does not have, right? 18, Mamba, and both 21s, none of those are, like, a carry character, right? Which Peppy Gals needs. So, alright, there's the Peppy Gal category. Then, 21 is also on Power Absorption. So, she is on Metal Cooler's team, right? So, there's Power Absorption right there. 21 is also on the Transformation Boost category team, which is good. Obviously, we have a ridiculous roster of characters available for Transformation Boost. 21 is also on the Crossover category team, another crossover character. She maybe could do a little bit on the crossover team, maybe with God Vegeta, maybe. She's also here on the Battle of Wits category team. That's essentially what we were running her on today on Arinsu's team, Battle of Wits, right? That's what the team was. And then finally, she of course is on Demonic Power back here, right? So she does have some good categories that Dokkan does like to flesh out an awful lot, right? So there is base Android 21. Remember, she does have a transformation, which we could do turn 5 from the start of battle with 1 enemy. Does have to be 1 enemy, but I mean, that's not really, I would say, like a restriction that's we're gonna like have difficulties with. I don't think so. Then her super attack changes, passive changes, she gets an active skill, and then the Scientist Link becomes Big Bad Bosses, which obviously means she now has the best Link in the game, right? Okay, so now she's Android 21 transformed good. Her passive skill is 21's Determination. When you first transform, she recovers 40% HP. It's solid. Like, sure, I'd rather have it than not have it, but I don't know that like these heals nowadays, especially on a team with characters that will routinely have millions of defense, healing is not gonna. Oh, thank God, Android 21 healed us. Like, we would say that once every 200 runs or something. I don't know. I don't think it would be that common where it really is like an impact, right? Then she gets 210% attack and defense at the start of turn, 21% damage reduction, 2 guaranteed additional supers. I love that shit. 70% chance to crit, which is awesome that they gave that to her too. All allies 2 key. She still got that. But then now she gives demonic power, battle wits, or crossover allies 21% attack and defense. I believe this works like some of the Universe 6 characters or Vados or something like that, where like a character who's on multiple of these would get like the buff, right? So if a character is just demonic power, they get 21% attack and defense. If they're on demonic power and battle wits, they get 42% attack and defense, right? If they're on demonic power, battle wits, and crossover, they get 63% attack and defense. I believe it does work that way, right? So now she's a strong support. And then she recovers 21% HP at the end of turn. When attacking, she gets 3 key and 210% attack and defense. When receiving an attack, she gets 210% defense. And if there's another demonic power ally in the turn, she gets 21% damage reduction and 210% attack when attacking. She has her active skill, the Absolute Release Ball. Now, this should be pretty good because she's going to have the 21 turn attack, like stacking she has, like pseudo stacking. But remember, every single fight outside of Festival, she is attack stacking. This active should always hit pretty hard. We did have the one time where we had 0 super attacks until she transformed, which I guess is possible, but we should see the damage on this being very good. Even when we were in that God Goku fight, the damage wasn't the craziest, but I believe he had his massive damage reduction up, that God Goku, the Super Saiyan Goku, right? So you do want to keep that in mind. This active should hit bosses very hard. So she could do this if there's one enemy on her next turn. So if we transform on turn 5 and leave her on rotation, she'll be able to do it on turn 7. Turn 7 is the earliest she could possibly do it. So I'm glad they let this be a real hard hitter, considering you're not using it until literally turn 7 is the minimum, which is crazy. And then she massively raises attack temporarily, does ultimate damage to the enemy, gets an attack break within the turn, and then she also becomes super effective against all types. Now, she does have 70% crit, too. Funny enough, we did just pop the active, and we missed the crit, but then the super effective against all types, and it was still all 9s, which was sick, right? Then, her super attack is now the Appetizing Rush. She gets 30% attack for 21 turns, 50% defense for 1 turn, does immense damage to the enemy, and then recovers 7% HP. I think she should be fairly tanky post-attack. Remember, she's doing 3 guaranteed supers, so she's going to get 150% defense right here on top of everything else she's already got. I don't think it's going to be common for her to get blown away, right? I mean, if we run her in slot 1 for some YOLO plays, sure. But for the most part, she's not going to get blown away. And then she does have healing here, too. I don't know. Maybe 21... Maybe I'm looking at this differently, right? Like, because, like, I imagine I'm in call, like, all right, we're going to do, like, you know, a video with the guys, right? And I'm talking with, like, Slay and these guys. I could hear Slay telling me, like, I could hear his voice saying, I hate bombs. Bombs are stupid. The bomb mechanic, right? So 21, with all these heals, right, she would kind of counter bombs a little bit, which could be pretty good, right? I guess that's a way to look at this. This could be like an anti-bomb type mechanic. All the heals she has all over. Her new link set is now Brainiacs, Metamorphosis, Android Assault, Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Battlefield Diva, and Fierce Battle. Having Big Bad Bosses is absolutely massive because this opens up things for characters like Buhan, Perfect Cell, Kid Buu, right? Major Big Bad Bosses characters. Janemba, I don't know that she's going to have a ton of overlap with Janemba. No, maybe like a transformation boost team or something, right? But she's not gonna have a ton of overlap with Janemba despite linking well with him. But yeah, Android 21 or Android 13. Android 13, we are due for Android 13 to get a premium character like a Yellow Coin LR Android 13, right? I mean, obviously, I'm talking that would be like a June release or April or something like that. But you know, Android 13 getting a new character could make some sense. Not upcoming, but you know, eventually. I'm saying. So, all right, yeah, there we go. There is EZA Android 21. I think she's probably going to be very hated because I think people's expectations were just very, like, people just love Android 21. And, I mean, to me, this is great having her in-game like this. I would love, it's the same thing, if Shallot would get a character in Dokkan. I would love it. A Dokkan Fest Shallot would be so cool, right? So, the game is much better with Android 21 in it than not in it. I think she's solid, but, I mean, she's not one of the best TURs in the game. No, I don't even, like, I would probably have her as, like, you know, the 13th best TUR, 14th best TUR, something like that. So let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys next time.